So I welcome to all the viewers to this educational channels. A very special topic, chapter, subject, accountancy, and this class is especially for the students, class 12 students, those who are appearing their board examinations and in the which is going to be held in the month of March. Issue of shares, their forfeitures and reissue of forfeited shares. And this is not I am prepared this all without discussing all the things in details. Only the problem focusing is on the problem, which is very important from the examinations point of view, especially in the board exam, final exam that students are going to appear in within 2-3 days or within a week. All the board exams for CBSE exam students, and this class will be very helpful. I'm going to discuss on the topic issue of shares and when the shareholders are defaulted in the payment of their allotment money, final call money, and final call money, first call or second call or final call money when company makes call and the shareholders fails to pay. So what are the journal entries are to be recorded and what working notes are usually we needs to show or to understand while solving this kind of problem. This is the vital point, that this is the important point that I am focusing, and I will try to convince you all with the help of this problem step by step. I will show you this all the working notes and all the information. So I am going to discuss with you. All of you watch it till the end and don't forget to like, subscribe and give your comments and share with friends. Okay, now the question is on the screen. So title heading is given, issue of shares, their forfeitures and reissue of forfeited shares. Today we are going to learn a very important problem. So let us start the problems first. We will analyze the problem first, then step by step I will show you the solution. So what are the informations are contains in the questions? Let us first see the informations given in the questions and I will explain you. So here the name of the company A Limited. A Limited issued 20,000 equity shares of ₹10 each at a premium of ₹2 per share. So company had issued the shares at premium. Company charging extra amount ₹2 per share from the shareholders. The amount payable as ₹2 on application, ₹5 on allotment including premium, and the balance on final call. What will be the amount on final call? So that is how to calculate this thing. So if you calculate this amount final call, so that is the 10 plus 2 equal 12 minus applications money 2 minus allotment money 5. So this is your final call money 5. So 10 is the face value of the shares. ₹10 is the face value of shares and ₹2 is the premium. So this premium, so 10 plus 2 and 12 rupees. Now the total value of share becomes 12, and out of 12 rupees, the 2 rupees payable on application, so minus 2 rupees. So this is the minus applications money, final call money, that and the balance on share final call money. This way you calculate it. When the premium money is given in the questions and premium money is included in the allotment, so then you take this way. So you will get the value ₹5. So 10 plus 2 and amount received on application ₹2, amount received on allotment ₹5. So 2 plus 5 7 minus 12. So balance is 5. So that is the amount payable on final call. It is ₹5. तो अच्छी तरह से देखिए आप लोग को, इस प्रॉब्लम के द्वारा मैं सभी चीज़ को समझाने की कोशिश करूंगा. लेक्चर्स क्वेश्चन इंग्लिश में लिखा हुआ है, कुछ एक्सप्लेनेशंस मैं आप लोगों को हिंदी में भी दूंगा. जहाँ भी डिफ़िकल्टीज होगा वहाँ इंग्लिश में और हिंदी में दोनों को बराबर से यूज़ करके आप लोगों को समझाने की कोशिश करूँगा. तो मेरी पूरी कोशिश रहेगी कि आप लोगों को इस प्रॉब्लम के माध्यम से, इस प्रॉब्लम से और सॉल्यूशन से चीज़ को अच्छी तरह से समझाने की. देयर आफ्टर हियर applications were received for 25,000. Now the question is, company has issued 20,000 shares but people want to buy 25,000, the company cannot give more than the shares issued 20,000. The company will have to decide excess 5,000 what the company will do. That is, company has options. Either this excess shares applications money company is going to refund to their shareholders, or company will adjust this excess 5,000 share application money towards sums due on allotment. Let's see which options company has exercised, and this we will get in the question. Informations normally will be available. So shares and allotment, and here the allotment was made pro rata. That means company has not refunded the excess applications money. कंपनी ने बताया कि कंपनी को पैसा वापस नहीं करेगा, रिफंड नहीं करेगा. कंपनी ने डिसाइड किया जो भी एक्सेस एप्लीकेशन मनी कितना होता है, कंपनी ने इशू तो किया हुआ 20,000. कंपनी को मिलना था 20,000 शेयर्स का एप्लीकेशंस मनी ₹2, यानी कि 40,000. लेकिन कंपनी को मिला 25,000 शेयर्स का एप्लीकेशंस मनी ₹2 करके, यानी कि 50,000. जो इस कंडीशंस में कंपनी को मिला 10,000 एक्सेस अमाउंट, जिसको कहा जाता है एक्सेस एप्लीकेशंस मनी. एंड नाउ कंपनी ने डिसाइड किया कि शेयर होल्डर्स को प्रोराटा बेसिस में अलॉटमेंट होगा. प्रोराटा बेसिस में अलॉटमेंट कंपनी करेगा. प्रोराटा बेसिस का अलॉटमेंट मीनिंग होता है कि जिस शेयर होल्डर्स ने उसको कम शेयर्स देंगे, तो यानी कि इसका रेशियो देखा जाए तो ऐसा होता है 25,000 शेयर्स अप्लाइड फॉर 20,000 शेयर्स इशूड. तो रेशियो अगर निकल के देखा जाए 5-4, 5 जा 25, 5 जा 20. सो दैट इज द 5/4. ये रेशियो ये बताता है कि जिस शेयर होल्डर्स ने 5 शेयर्स के लिए एप्लीकेशन मनी कंपनी को दिया था, उस शेयर होल्डर्स को केवल ओनली 4 शेयर्स ही अलॉटमेंट होगा. प्रोसीजर है. अगर किसी शेयर होल्डर्स ने 5 शेयर्स अप्लाई किया हुआ है तो उसको केवल 4 शेयर्स मिलेगा. लेकिन 5 शेयर्स को अगर देखा जाए तो 5 शेयर्स का एप्लीकेशन मनी 2, यानी कि उसने ₹10 दिया था, लेकिन कंपनी ने उसको केवल 4 शेयर्स ही अलॉटमेंट किया. तो इसका मतलब ₹8, यानी कि ₹2 एक इंडिविजुअल शेयर होल्डर एक्सेस अमाउंट. प्रोसीजर है, यानी 5,000 शेयर्स ₹2, ₹10,000 कंपनी को एक्सेस मिला, और कंपनी ने डिसाइड किया कि दिस एक्सेस ₹10,000 कंपनी वापस रिफंड नहीं करेगा, एडजस्टमेंट कर देगा टुवर्ड्स अलॉटमेंट. उसी को एडजस्ट करते हैं, उसी को प्रोराटा अलॉटमेंट कहते हैं. व्हाट इज हैपनिंग फर्दर, हमें ये मालूम करना है कि ये रेशियो 5/4 रेशियो जो दिया हुआ निकल के आ रहा है सामने, तो इसका कैसे यूज करेंगे सॉल्यूशंस में. इसमें दिया हुआ है, मान क्वेश्चंस में दिया हुआ है कि मिस्टर सी को, जिसको कि कंपनी ने 200 शेयर्स. अब जो ये रेशियो 5:4 का सॉल्यूशंस में इसका क्या संबंध है, तो उसको जानने के लिए क्वेश्चंस में हम आगे बताएंगे. आप इस रेशियो से ये पता लगा सकते हैं कि मिस्टर सी ने कितने शेयर्स के लिए एप्लीकेशंस मनी कंपनी को दिया था. इस रेशियो 5/4 से सॉल्यूशंस में इसका क्या ताल्लुक है, इसको जानकारी. कोई शेयर होल्डर्स अगर डिफॉल्ट होता है तो उसका पेमेंट कितना मिल चुका है और कितना मिलना बाकी है, उसको जानने में तो आइए देखते हैं 5/4 रेशियो का क्या महत्व है. क्वेश्चंस में दिया हुआ है मिस्टर सी ने 200 शेयर्स, तो ऐसे कह देते हैं जैसे, तो इस रेशियो 5/4 into 200 shares Mr. C, तो यानी कि it means that Mr. C has applied for 250 shares, and he has given money to company on application money rupees 2 per share. That means 250 into 2, 500. So this 5 is to 5 by 4 into 200. This is giving the information that Mr. C has applied for 250 shares, but company has given to him only 200 shares. Is given in the questions, 200 shares allotted, and now company has received 250 shares applications money rupees 2 each. That is 500 rupees, but company has allotted only 200 shares. Then company will adjust the 200 shares applications money, that is rupees 400. 200 into 2. So then this balance 100 rupees, this balance 500 minus 400, 100 rupees. This is the excess applications money of Mr. C. Then when at the time of paying the allotment money by Mr. C to the company, then the total allotment money shall be reduced by rupees 100, and the balance amount is to be payable. That is, now if you see that 200 shares allotted, so then allotment money rupees 5 each. So 200 into 5, 1000 rupees. But he has already excess applications money rupees 100. So this 100 rupees will be adjusted against rupees 1000 total amount due from the Mr. C. Then the Mr. C will pay rupees 900 only to company for his allotment money due. So let's see in the next para what the question is saying. All sum due on allotment and call have been received except Mr. C, who was allotted 200 shares, failed to pay the money due from him on account of allotment and call. These shares were subsequently forfeited by the directors. 150 forfeited shares were reissued to Mr. D at rupees 8 per share as fully paid. Keep necessary journal entries in the books of the company. Now in the questions, the question is saying that the Mr. C, a shareholder who was allotted 200 shares, failed to pay the money due from him on account of allotment and call. So these shares were subsequently forfeited. So there is a provision in the Companies Act when any shareholders fail to pay call or allotment money or both, which is called by the company to pay the amount. Then in case any shareholder fails to pay due amount which is made by the company, then the company has right to cancel the shares, and the amount thereon already paid by the shareholder shall be forfeited. So again I will show you the forfeited meaning after this explanation. And now on the forfeiture of shares, Mr. C is no more a shareholder of a company. His shares are cancelled, and now the same shares sold to Mr. D at rupees 8 per share. So here the company is having loss. So the value of share is rupees 10, and the same shares which is forfeited from Mr. C, then the shares sold to Mr. D. So now Mr. C is no more a shareholder, but Mr. D is become a new shareholder of a company on reissue of shares to Mr. D. That is, Mr. D has purchased these shares. Out of 200 shares, the Mr. D has purchased 150 shares, and the remaining 50 shares company has not issued. The company will issue the remaining 50 shares subsequently later date. Okay, so this is the questions. Now we have to pass the journal entries from the given questions in the books of the company. Let's see the solution. So now the solution. Journal entries in the bookshop A Limited. Company will receive applications money, allotment money, final call money, and what are the journal entries are recorded. On receiving of applications money, bank account debit, and total number of shares. Though company has issued 20,000, but company has received 25,000 share application money, and that excess 10,000 rupees, it will be adjusted towards sums due on allotment. That is, I already explained you while explaining the questions. And then amount will be debited in this manner. So 25,000 into 2, 50,000 and 50,000 debit credit. So this amount is received against applications money, that is to equity share applications. Now this applications money which is received, it is a part of share capital, that is equity share capital, and now company shall transfer the application money towards equity share allotment account. Since this is an oversubscription, that is the company has received the excess share applications money. Okay, so that is here. And that excess share application money, that I already explained you, and this is the 10,000 rupees, and this is to be adjusted. Now on a transfer of application money to share capital account, then this is the journal entries records by a company. Here equity share applications account, debit to equity share capital account, that is the amount of share capital, and that the excess amount which has received by the company, which is company supposed to receive 40,000, company has to receive 40,000 because company has issued 20,000 into 2 application money, but the company has received applications money on 25,000 shares. So excess 5,000 shares application money, company will adjust against equity share allotment account, and at the time of receiving of the equity share allotment account, company will receive by 10,000 less amount. It is to be noted very carefully that the company has issued 20,000 shares, and then 20,000 shares applications money rupees 2 each, 40,000 shall be transferred to equity share capital. 20,000 because the company has issued only 20,000 shares, so company will transfer only the 20,000 equity share application money to equity share capital account, and the balance amount, if any excess amount, that shall be either to be refunded to the respective shareholders or it will be transferred to allotment account. This is here, this 10,000 rupees excess amount is adjusted towards allotment amount, and now here the actual amount to be receivable is 40,000, it has received 50,000, then the 10,000 which is the excess amount, so it is adjusted towards allotment. Now this one we can see, this is here 10,000, showing this 10,000 means out of 50,000, 10,000 amount is adjusted equity share allotment. Adjusted means out of 50,000, 10,000 is transferred to equity share allotment account, and balance is 40,000. So ultimately the company will give the effect of 20,000 into rupees 2 on application, and in all cases 20,000 into 5 in allotment, and 20,000 shares of rupees 5 on final call. So every time 20,000. Ultimately the company will maintain the records of 20,000 equity shares, though it is received 25,000, but it is adjusted, and now this has neutralized the effect of excess applications money, and as well as this has also neutralized the effect of excess issue of shares. Only the actual issued number of shares is getting effect. Now the next entry, this is the due entries column, and this entry recorded on system of accounting, that is accrual basis. Since the shares are all the 20,000 shares were allotted to equity shareholders, and they have paid rupees 2 on applications out of rupees 12, Now out of 12 rupees the company has received only so far rupees 2, and remaining 10 rupees company will receive in installment, that is 5 rupees on equity share allotment and the remaining 5 rupees on share final call. Now once the shares have been acquired by the shareholders, then the amount becomes due from them to the company, and that is why on the basis of accrual system of accounting the company will record the entries of accrual entry, that is the due entry, and that is why it is the due entry. The third entry regarding the share allotment money, company will first make the due entry, and equity share allotment account debit to equity share capital account to security premium account. So now in the total amount due on allotment is rupees 5, and out of rupees 5, 2 is for premium, so that is 20,000 into 2 premium, and the remaining 3 rupees is for equity share capital, that is 3 into 20, 60,000 this one, and 40,000 is the security premium. So total 1 lakh rupees debited here. Now it is given in the questions that the one shareholders Mr. C holding 200 shares who has failed to pay the allotment and final call money. So then at the time of receiving of the allotment money, that is that this is the bank entry, is the receiving entry. When company receives the amount, then company debit the bank account. So in this case the company has received not the full amount of allotment, company has received partial amount, that is the one shareholder Mr. C who supposed to pay the allotment money but he has not paid allotment money, and his allotment money shall be adjusted, and it will be it is shown through the working note, and I will show you the working note. So this is the shares, number of shares issued, this is the number of shares applications money received at 25, it is already explained, and total applications money, this is a 50,000, company supposed to receive 40,000, excess applications money adjusted 10,000, and it is this effect is shown through the working note. This effect is shown through the journal entries. Now this is also, that is this is the pro rata allotment, I had already explained you. Now the amount defaulted by shareholder Mr. C to be calculated. So number of shares allotted to shareholders Mr. C is 200, but he has applied the number of shares. It is calculated in this manner, 250, and this is already I explained you. And the applications money received 250 into 2, that is 500 rupees, and out of 500 the company will deduct the applications money on 200 allotted shares, that is 200 into 2 and 400 rupees, and this balance rupees 100 company will adjust towards allotment money. So now let us see that what is the total allotment money due from Mr. C. So Mr. C has received 200 shares, or he has been allotted 200 shares, then the allotment money due is rupees 5, so 200 into 5, 1000, and his 100 rupees excess applications money, it is here 100 rupees, and so out of 1000 minus 100 which company has already received through applications money, and the balance rupees 900 he is supposed to pay to the company, but he failed to pay the amount to the company, hence the company has forfeited. So this amount, this 900 rupees company did not receive from Mr. C, a shareholder. So this is allotment money defaulted by Mr. C. So then when company does not receive the amount from the shareholder, then this amount shall be deducted from the allotment money. This 900 rupees shall be deducted out of total allotment money due. Now let's see the total allotment money due. Now let's see. Now see the working for the allotment money due. So equity share allotment money due on 20,000 shares. This is 20,000 into rupees 5 per share, and it is 1 lakh rupees. And out of this 1 lakh rupees, company has already adjusted from the share application money by retaining the excess amount 10,000. So this is adjustment, and it is the balance company will get further 90,000 from the shareholders. But one of the shareholders to whom 200 shares were allotted, he has paid the allotment money only 100 rupees, and remaining 900 rupees he has not paid to the company, and this is the defaulted amount, and this amount company has not received. So then this 900 shall be adjusted from 90,000. So the balance amount received is 89,100, and this amount will be debited to allotment bank account. So you will get this amount 89,100. It is coming from there, which I had shown you the work. Equity share final call account, and equity share final call account same 20,000 into 5, 1 lakh. And the Mr. C, he who had held 200 shares, he did not pay the final call money fully. So that is 200 shares of rupees 5, 1,000. Company did not receive 1,000 rupees out of 1 lakh. So balance amount is 99,000. It will be debited to bank account. And narration, if you see that this is the 19,800. Here 20,000 minus 200. So 19,800 into 5. If you multiply it by 5, then you will get 99,000. Now the company has forfeited. So far you have understood that one shareholder, Mr. C, holding 200 shares, he has not paid the partial amount of allotment and whole amount of final call money, and then the company cancel his share, that is forfeit. So on forfeiture of shares, since the company has issued the shares at premium, so then both premium will be debited to the extent of 200 shares. So share capital account debited, that is 200 shares forfeited, 200 into 10, 2,000, and security premium is 200 shares, rupees 2. This one. So 200 into 2, it is for 400. 200 into 2, 400. Then what is the amount? So that is in working note. Here you have to give the credit the amount not received. So on allotment money 900 rupees not received, on final call money 1,000 amount not received, and the amount which is received 500. This amount is to be forfeited. This amount, the company has received only 500 rupees from Mr. C, and remaining amount on allotment and final call money company does not receive from Mr. C, and that is why his shares were forfeit. And the amount which is received, that will be credited to forfeited account. The amount which is not received, that will be credited to equity share final call account. And amount from the allotment, if the amount not received on allotment, these shares were cancelled. Mr. D's shares were cancelled. Now the same shares company sold to Mr. D, and on that is called reissue. This is the reissue entry. On reissue entry, always company debit the bank account. Reissue means getting money from new share. So Mr. D, and he had purchased only 150 shares, or company had issued only 150 shares, and 8 rupees 8, it is given in the questions, 8 rupees. So 150 into 8, 150 into 8, 150 number of shares, and company sold these shares at rupees 8 per share as fully paid up, 1200. This is the shares of the 10 rupees. The value of share is the face value of share is rupees 10, but company has sold at rupees 8, so there is a loss of rupees 2 per share. So in one share 2 rupees loss, then in 150 shares 300 rupees. This 300 rupees loss, it is loss on reissue of forfeited shares. The value of shares is rupees, original price of the share is rupees 10, and number of shares issued, reissued 150, so 50 into 10, 1500 will be credited again share capital account. The company made profit on reissue of 150 forfeited shares. This 75 rupees company made profit. It is capital profit. How this profit is calculated? This is I am going to explain you with the help of working note. This is how this formula you remember, that the profit on reissue of forfeited shares in this manners. Formula you try to keep in mind. Profit on reissue of forfeited shares. So that is the 500 on this 500 rupees amount coming from this 500 this forfeited amount rupees 500 divided by number of forfeited shares 200 multiplied by number of reissued of shares 150 minus loss on reissue of shares. Loss on reissue of shares is this one 300. This 300. So the amount to be transferred to capital reserve. This regarding this entry for passing the journal, and for this entry this is profit on transfer to capital reserve, and this amount you always what amount shall be transferred to capital reserve account. This is to be calculated using this shortcut formula. So this shortcut formula is profit on this one, profit on reissue of forfeited shares. The formula is just I have shown you the forfeited amount 500 divided by number of forfeited shares and multiplied by number of reissued of forfeited shares minus loss on reissue of forfeited shares. So this 300, and the result which you get, that is the value which you get, that value shall be transferred to capital reserve account with the help of this journal entry. So that is share forfeited account debit to capital reserve account. So viewers, all of you, no doubt the videos become little lengthy. It is almost 30-35 minutes video, but this is the one problem which I have taken. These problems I try to explain each and everything in a very systematic manner, so that is why the videos become lengthy. So you do at least 2 or 3 times revision, you watch it twice or thrice, so then the issue of shares forfeited and they reissued, no doubt will be left in your mind. Okay, thank you, all the best to you all, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you very much.